Annual and monthly plan. It takes a few days to set up an annual calendar or plan. Start by reviewing work or university calendars and entering important information such as start and end of semesters, start of exams, graduation, winter holidays and spring breaks. Write down all your weekly schedules on a regular basis. After setting regular dates, now is the time to write extra personal plans. Organizing an annual plan is not easy, but it is necessary for professional growth. After the annual plan, we review the monthly to-do list and then try to plan our weeks. At the end of each month, we take a look at the tasks for the next month and weeks to rearrange the list of goals and tasks to be performed. Is there a deadline for the goals? Have the necessary emails been sent? Are there any articles to review? After determining the weekly schedule, we set a detailed schedule for the next days, every afternoon or evening. We consciously set times for answering phone and email calls, exercise time, and even time for social media. An important part of planning is always the evaluation of your plan, which is done annually, monthly, weekly, and daily. Do not forget that planning is a self-development skill, so it needs practice and take times. You will find examples of annual, monthly, weekly, and daily planning models below. Run your plan. Now, we have the goals and the plan. The first thing most of us can think about is how to perform our plan. I have to be motivated. But I want to say that motivation is not what you need. I illustrate this claim with an interesting research study on why motivation is not the key to achieving your goals. How to make exercise a habit. Everyone likes to exercise regularly. Researchers have found that many people are motivated to exercise, but people who stick to the goals to be done have one thing differently. In the British Journal of Health Psychology, researchers randomly classified 248 people into 3 groups. Group 1 is a control group. They were asked to continue their exercise routine for 2 weeks and read 3 paragraphs from an unrelated novel before leaving. Group 2 is motivational. They were asked to exercise regularly for the next 2 weeks. Then, each person was asked to read a booklet about the benefits of exercise to reduce the risk of heart disease. Most adults who follow a regular exercise routine are much less likely to develop coronary heart disease. The purpose of the interval would be to motivate Group 2 for regular exercise. Group 3 is the experimental group. After being told to continue exercising, they also read the motivational booklet of the second group, but unlike the second group, they were asked to plan the time and place of their exercise during the next 2 weeks. In particular, each person in Group 3 was asked to state the goal for exercise by completing the following phrase. During the next 2 weeks, I will engage in at least 20 minutes of strenuous exercise per day at hours, at location. Amazing results. Motivation versus goal. 2 weeks later, researchers were surprised by what happened to the 3 groups. In the first control group, 38% of participants exercised at least once a week. In the second motivation group, 35% of participants exercise at least once a week. In the third experimental group, 91% of participants exercised at least once a week. As a result, by simply writing a plan of exactly when, where, and for what purpose they want to exercise, participants in the third group are more likely to follow it. There is a lot of talk about change and achieving goals and motivation. Words like motivation, willpower, and passion are heard a lot. But researchers have concluded that what creates real passion and makes you work is not your level of motivation, but the ability of your plan to be executive. Deciding in advance when and where you will take specific actions to reach your goal can double or triple your chances for success. Heidi Grant Halverson, Columbia University professor. In more than 100 separate studies, one result has been found. People who explicitly state when and where their new behaviors occur are more likely to pursue their goals. If, then, perform. For example, if I eat fast food for lunch, then I go to the store and buy vegetables for dinner. If I did not call my mother at 7 p.m., then I would not turn on the TV until I did. If my session is over and I do not have time to practice this afternoon, then I will wake up early tomorrow and run. Use this strategy to achieve your goals. If you plan when and where you want to do a new behavior, your goal is to have a time and a place to live in the real world. This change of perspective makes your environment act as a signal for your new behavior. Planning for the time and place to perform a particular behavior turns your environment into a stimulus. Time and place create behavior, not how motivated you are. Motivation is a short-term concept and does not lead to continuous action. If you want to achieve your goals, then you need a plan for exactly when, where, and how to accomplish them.